action of elevating. Preferred grip will always be a butterfly grip in this position, and we're going to roll. Okay? Once we get to this point, we're going to push. My name is Jamie Scott. I'm the head coach at Planet London and Diesel Gym. And today we're going to be going over some leg entries working from an elevation. So I'm going to be seated down. Ash is going to be on his knees. We're going to look, first of all, to get into inside position. This can be done with grips, covering the hands, opening the hands up, gives us space to get inside. It can be done with snap downs. As they pull the head, we can shoot inside, or could be done, which I like, from arm drags. As soon as he pulls back with the arm drag, I shoot in, I shoot my bum to my heels, which is going to allow me to elevate nice and higher. I start the action of elevating, bring his hips over towards my shoulders. We turn into our reposition. Now from here we have automatic heel exposure. So we want to take a bite on the heel. Preferred grip will always be a butterfly grip in this position. So from here, Ashley will have a choice. He can either look to escape, to run away, or in some cases, some people bail out very quickly. If this happens, what I want to do is I want to put myself into a better position. So from here, as I put pressure on the heel, as Asher starts to bow, I open my leg, which is going to put both my legs on the inside. When I do this, I use a reverse shrimp. So I plant my foot on the floor, and I'm going to use this to pull my hips in and line myself up, line my back to the floor. So as he goes over, I scoop, go heel to heel, so I'm back heeling into his leg, I'm pinching the knees, and I'm controlling the toes. The reason why we control the toes in this position, because I know he's escaped, you want his leg to go this way, because that's where he's going to escape the position. So the main arm is always going to be the cross arm, controlling the toes, but we're going to use two hands to reinforce the grip. Remember, I have a nice pinch on the knees to control the leg, because we don't want the leg to shoot away from us here. So how I'm going to get heel exposure, I don't want to pull the foot across like this, because as I sit up, he's going to tuck that heel, and then we're going to start going into a shared spiral. So as I control the toes, what I want to do is I want to move my body away from him like this, and his foot stays in the same position, and I push on the toes to keep that heel exposure there. As I sit up, I go foot to foot, and then I can reach in and I can get the finish. So again, I'm looking to get inside position. We're going to do this a few ways, either snap downs, hand control, or working with an arm drag. Arm drag is my favourite way to enter in. So once I hit that arm drag, if I get the arm drag, beautiful. But if he pulls that back, I use this to shoot my hands inside. I bring my bum to my heels like this. I'm going to use this to elevate, get his hips in line with my shoulders. From here, I'm going to frame, control the leg. I shoot myself out to the side so I fall into a reap. Here, I'm going to have automatic heel exposure on the leg. When we do this, one of the most important, this is very important, that I keep this in his far leg, into his far leg, inside his knee. So we land in this reap position. I'm going to go to a butterfly grip, which is going to be the strongest grip. I'm going to put pressure on. As Asher starts to spin out, I'm going to open my leg, put my foot on the floor, and we're going to use what we call a reverse shrimp. So I'm going to pull my hips towards my foot. As I do this, I square my hips up, facing towards the ceiling. So as he rolls over, I shoot and I square my legs. I'm back heeling with my feet, pinching my knees together, and most important of all, I'm using this cross grip, controlling his toes. We reinforce with the second hand. If we don't have this grip, I know Asher wants to bring his heel inside there, so we go into a shared spiral. So we want to avoid that. We want to be controlling the toes, making it impossible. If he goes to roll this way, he's going to put lots of pressure on his knee. So we control the toes. What we don't want to do from here is we don't want to push the foot across. We want to move our body across. Okay, so his foot stays in the same line. Then from here, I'm going to push the toes to keep the heel exposure. As I catch the heel, we go foot to foot, up on the elbow and the knee, and then we can get our finish. Okay, so now we're going to demonstrate on what's the best thing to do when you're in that reaping position and how to counter. So we're going to start. So now I'm in the opposite position. Ash is seated down. He's looking to get inside position to work that elevation. He uses his grips, opens up. He works in, elevates me up, and goes straight to the reap. Now from here, as we just see on the first video, I don't want to roll out. And one of the main things is I don't want to be too low. If I'm on my knee in this position, I'm very low to the ground in line with his hips. He can put lots of pressure and he's going to make me roll. We're going to end up in that position. So the main thing is I always maintain height over him. He's doing a good job. He's keeping this leg in. It's hard for me to free this knee because of this leg. So one of the main things we're going to do from here is I'm going to post on the floor, use my second hand to push the leg down. Okay, I have to remove that hook from inside my knee. So I remove that butterfly hook, and now Ash has still got the bite on my heel. So we need to address that. So I'm going to use this to lift, put my feet together, and I'm going to break the grip. Now from here, I'm going to turn my knee in. So we've broken the grip, we've removed the hook. Now I need to free my knee line. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to bring my knee to the inside to clear the knee. So we're out of danger now for the leg locks. So now what I'm going to do, we can run from here if we want, but to have a good counter, working to get to the back, I'm going to take a nice back step, bring my knee inside the pocket of his hip, and then we're going to grandly roll through. So we're going to work a back take. So we've cleared the knee line, I've got the foot, I've done the back step, foot's into the pocket of the hip. So now I'm going to tuck and we're going to roll. Okay? Once we get to this point where I'm on my back, I'm keeping my knee to the pocket of his hip. I'm going to use this leg to kick him forward because I need to get underneath his hips. I need to get his hips to the floor. So the main thing with this is this scissor motion that I'm using on his legs. As soon as I get him up to the floor, I have to make sure that I gain height over him. So I have to come up to my elbow. So I'm going to push, come up to my elbow. If I stay down on the floor, Ash will use this to come back up, he'll get on top. Okay? So as soon as I kick, I get his hips up into the air, I make sure I'm on my elbow, we bring our legs in, strip back, and then we can jump on his back. So Ash is going to be seated position, he's going to work his elevation, he's going to get inside, he starts to elevate, and he goes straight into a Rimiashi position with the rib. Now I have choices here, I can fight back into him, but one of the main things I don't want to do is I don't want to be low in this position. So I'm always going to make sure that I'm up on my foot and my hips are always higher than his hips. So we need to get rid of this butterfly hook, first of all. So I post on the floor, I'm going to use my other hand to peel this butterfly hook off. Now if you notice, Ash has still got a bite on my heel. So this is dangerous, so I need to address that. So I'm going to use my foot, I bring my feet together, and I kick the heel. Okay, so I free the threat of the heel hook. Now we need to clear the knee line. So I'm going to turn my knee inside, plant my foot to the floor. Now the next step from here, I have a choice. I can run out of this position, or we can go into counters. So we're going to go into a nice counter. So all I'm going to do is I'm going to take a back step, bringing my knee into the pocket of his hip. Now from here, we're going to start to grandly roll through. So I've cleared my knee line, I have my knee into the pocket of the hip, now I'm going to tuck and roll towards the legs. So as I get here, I'm making sure I'm controlling his legs. I've got my knee into the pocket of his hip. Now this leg here, we're working a scissoring motion. Okay? So we're going to scissor the legs, we're going to kick this leg forward, which is going to raise up his hip, allow me to get under his hip. But the most important thing is when I do this, I have to make sure that I gain height. So I have to come up to my elbow. So we're going to scissor the legs, we shoot through, I'm up onto my elbow, we bring the second leg out, both hooks in, and we can take it back. Okay, thanks for watching. If you want any more details at Planet London, Diesel Gym, please check us out on social media.